Hello viewers and listeners. I am Swarnangshu Mukhopadhyay, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, MIT Vishnupur. Today we'll be discussing about technology forecasting. Legendary Greek philosopher Heraclitus rightly said, "The only thing that is constant is change." Technological change is the overall process of invention, innovation, and diffusion of technology. Technological change is based on both better and more technology. Basically, technology forecasting attempts to predict the future characteristics of useful technological machines, procedures, or techniques. Researchers create technology forecasts based on past experience and current technological developments. Like other forecasts, technology forecasting can be helpful for both public and private organizations to make smart decisions. By analyzing future opportunities and threats, the forecaster can improve decisions in order to achieve maximum benefits. These are the bullet points we will be discussing here. What are the purposes of the technological forecasting? Then what kinds of methods and techniques are used? Then what are the advantages and the limitations? How can corporations organize for technological forecasting? And lastly, what are the roadmaps to improve the value of forecasts? The objectives of technology forecasting are that the forecasting technology can facilitate allocation of research and development resources, then identification and evaluation of new products or processes that may present the organization with new opportunities or threats, and lastly, analysis of developments that may change strategies. Why technology forecasting? I mean, where are the applications of technology forecasting? It improves quality of decision making. A good forecast can help maximizing the profit and minimizing the loss from future conditions. Besides, it helps scanning the technological environment, anticipating emerging technological changes, identifying suitable technologies by evaluating various alternatives, and lastly, planning for future technology needs. So, in a single sentence, we can say technology forecasting is a combination of number one, creative thinking, number two, expert views, and number three, alternative scenarios to make contribution to strategic planning. Basically, forecasting model follows four steps. Number one, input. Number two, processing. Number three, output. And number four, overall review. Forecasting can be used in supply chain management to ensure that the right product is at the right place at the right time. Accurate forecasting will help retailers reduce excess inventory and thus increase profit margin. Studies have shown that the extrapolations are the least accurate, while company earnings forecasts are the most reliable. Accurate forecasting will also help them meet consumer demand. Let us move on to the various methods and techniques used in forecasting technology. The available technology forecasting techniques, both qualitative and quantitative methods, can be classified into two broad categories, which are exploratory forecasting and normative forecasting. Exploratory methods can be grouped into four categories, which are intuitive methods, technology monitoring, extrapolative, and growth curves. Exploratory methods start with the present state of technology and quantitatively project future possibilities. In other words, it provides means for exploring the shape of tomorrow, given the state, trends, and promises of today. These methods are applicable in systems which grow under a specific environment. Exploratory methods can be grouped into four categories, that is intuitive, extrapolative, growth curves, and technology monitoring. Here we discuss about a few major exploratory techniques. Technology capabilities grow mainly in S-shaped fashion, having a finite limit. In such cases, use of other techniques will lead to dubious end results. Some of the commonly used growth models are Pearl curve and Gompertz curve. The Delphi is a group process for deriving, accumulating, and generally directing expert judgment towards a consensus on a particular topic. This study is typically conducted through several rounds of questionnaires for convergence of opinions. Scenario development is a creative method of deriving possible composite scenarios of future by considering alternative options. It mixes imagination, intuition, and scientific data analysis. Now, move on to normative methods. Normative methods begin with an objective or goal and work backwards to the present to find out the best approach to realize the predetermined objective. This is need-based, in which needed capabilities are identified for the achievement of the goals. One of the available normative techniques for TF is dynamic modeling. These are computer-aided structural modeling techniques in which time-varying effects can be explicitly considered. These methods are mainly used to eliminate subjective errors associated with intuitive forecasting techniques. In cross-impact analysis, different events interact with different strength towards other course of events, and forecasts are made using these interactions and random numbers to derive combined forecasts or for depicting the interaction of events. Morphological analysis is a method for structured thinking, identifying all possible system alternatives. The main idea behind using this method is not to miss any options. Fritz Zwicky had developed this method for application to astronomical studies and jets or rocket propulsion systems. This method is useful in engineering design, technological forecasting, organizational development, and policy analysis. Well, forecasting has its own limitations. Forecasts are never 100% accurate. It can be time consuming and resource intensive. It can also be costly. The organizational approaches are to be selected for forecasting and elements to be assessed in forecasting will depend on the purpose for which technology forecasts are being prepared. It is preferable to use a combination of methods for improving the reliability of forecasts through mutual reinforcement. Finally, we have arrived to technology road mapping. Basically, it is a tool for technology forecasting and research planning, a flexible and holistic planning technique to support strategic and long-range planning by matching short and long-term goals with specific technology solutions. The applications of technology road mapping. It provides a mechanism to help forecast technology development. It is a framework to help plan and coordinate technology development. It also helps to map the emergence of new industry. This slide provides an overview of the three phases in the technology forecasting preliminary process. Number one, satisfy essential conditions. For a technology road mapping effort to succeed, a number of conditions may be satisfied. This step involves checking to ensure that those conditions are already met or that they will be met. Number two, provide leadership or sponsorship. Because of the time and effort involved in the road mapping, there must be committed leadership or sponsorship from the group that is going to do the actual implementation and benefit from it. Number three, the scope and boundaries for the technology roadmap. It ensures that a vision exists and a roadmap can support the vision and identifies why the technology roadmap is needed and how it will be used. This phase incorporates follow-up activities. Firstly, there is enough information to make better technology selection and investment decisions. Secondly, technology roadmaps and plans should be routinely reviewed and updated. The review cycle should be based on the rate at which the technology and the need is changing. So, we can conclude that the technology road mapping is a useful technology planning tool in an increasingly competitive environment. For a successful technology road mapping process, it is critical to identify why we are doing the road mapping and how it will be used. Technology road mapping is particularly useful when the technology investment decisions are not simple and for coordinating the development of multiple technologies. The coordination is critical when dealing with technologies and that are related to a company's core competencies. The information and analysis of needs and technology alternatives is far more important than following a stereotype process and format. Thank you very much to all of you.